Hello and welcome to Tykes Tv. Got Jacob on, Peterborough fan, and people that's been watching Tykes TV will also know about Jacob every time we play Peterborough. We always, have a debate and a talk and see where his fortunes are going. But Jacob, glad you can join us, mate. I want to cover, obviously, the Bolton game for us, and then I'll let you get on about Peterborough's fortunes or misfortunes as the season's gone on. But for me, I mean, what a result we had as away form is like, I wish we could do it at home. We got hammered and, falling out at weekend, and then against Orient, then everybody's like thinking, oh, we'll go from here. I mean, people leaving him after 51 minutes. That's how bad it was. But then we go away at Bolton, and it's one of them where you think we're liable to go there and get a result. And we did, to be fair. Going one note down, people said we're unlucky. We're one of them kind of games. But as we came into it in second half, Luke O'Connell got subbed off early, but it imposed early doors. But great comeback by Barnsley, leaving it well last minute, but we'll take them all day long. And we got another away win. I wish we could do that at home, which we've got Wrexham on New Year's Day. So we'll cover that in another video. But I'm thinking like now we're going into Peterborough game, even more so. I've even looked at your result uh, yesterday, Jacob,
Mm.
and I'm thinking, wow, what's gone wrong at Peterborough? Wheels have gone off here, and I'm more confident going in as a Barnsley fan away at Peterborough, thinking our away form we possibly could come away with 3 points. But I mean, what's been going on for Peterborough, mate?
It's at the minute this club is an absolute shambles from top to bottom. We're an absolute free fall. In the summer, of course, last season was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And of course, in the summer we've lost lots of Burrows, Edwards, Mason
Mm.
Clark, which are huge losses for the football club. And on top of that, in terms of recruitment, it's been a shambles. We've replaced Mason Clark with someone who's about 5'4", probably smaller than me. Odo, he's probably still got a lot of time to learn and adapt. But in the league, he's not proven himself so far. Burrows, we've got two left backs in. One we've added BC, signed 500k, not played a single league game this season. Well, no, he played 13 minutes at Stockport, but now apparently he's going for a scanner in his knee again. So this has been a shambles of a signing. Signed Sparks from Portsmouth, who had a good season with Portsmouth last season. We were expecting him to be really good because of his delivery, but his defensive aerials and it's poor, really poor. And our defence is just so leaky at the minute. We have not kept a clean sheet in the league this season. It's not a single clean sheet in the league. And that shows how bad we've been this season, because the defence we had last season was organised. We had leaders at the back. Because this year, I'm not just including the defence, but the whole team. There's no leader in that side. There's no leader to get up. If we've conceded a goal, there's no one to pick yourself up. There's no one to pick themselves up. It's just embarrassing from a Peterborough United fan at the moment.
Have you changed formation or like that?
Nope. We've still
Okay.
gone with the same formation, 4-2-3-1.
Mm.
That's Darren Ferguson's favourite formation. But it's clear to see that it's not working at the moment. So unless he needs to change it, I'm not too sure. But I'm not the manager, so.
Mm. I mean, it's weird that because I mean, when we've always talked, it's always like who's going to be in playoffs. So, Peterborough, Barnsley kind of thing. Where we're going to finish, kind of. And I'm looking at Peterborough at the minute, and I'm like, wow, these results here, players actually putting 110% in. Are they not comfortable at playing football? Have they changed things up? And it's just interesting to hear what you've just said there, like your defence
Mm.
here. It's like, I mean, over the years, I've always like renowned Peterborough for like high goal scorers, like you just said, via Clark Harris and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And to hear that key players have gone, a bit like Barnsley, key players have gone, but players have come in. They haven't really stepped up to Markham. They haven't took that on board. I mean, could you see come January transfer window then that God, we need some players in this position, and if we don't, we're going to be mid-table at best. Is that what you think as a fan? You definitely need a better quality of player to come in and make a difference.
100% yes. If we don't sign an experienced defender in January, or at least we need two defenders, we could honestly go down. We could
Wow.
seriously go down. Because we signed a Swedish centre back in the summer
Mm.
from Sweden. He's not really had a break because their Swedish season, they finish in, when's it? November, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
about
about
November
November,
time. Yeah,
December. So he's not really had. He's had a run of games, but he's struggled because the English game compared to the Swedish game, because
yeah.
we signed him from the second division in Sweden, it's a lot faster. So he's trying to get used to it. Um, yeah.
I mean, I can kind of relate to where you're coming from with this, Jacob, because like when we lost, Mads
Mm,
Anderson, and we lost like Kitchen and that last season, we brought players in, no disrespect, but Jack Shepherd who came and Casper Wapiter, both come in. One come from non-league Pontefract College, which is like a more or less like lower down than National League, and he got chucked in at deep end. He went out and loaned to Bradford City this season, and is getting rave reviews. And I'm thinking he needs that more to help and develop that kind of player to come up to the standard. I mean, he's in League Two at the minute, getting good reviews at Bradford, but it's a big step up, like you just said there. It's already fetching a player in. I'm thinking, oh, he's 6 foot hard. He's got good attributes in there. But to come into like League One, you ain't got much time on ball. And Luca Collins has been found out several times with this. He's getting ball and expecting time. You ain't got that time. You've got to get it and got to be quick on off mark. And
mhm.
again, like I think Barnsley and Peterborough are very, very similar as in that you fetch a player in and you want him to hit the ground running. You haven't got the time and luxury to get him player in, sat on the bench and give him a month or two and integrate him into the team. You need him to make an impact. And I think at Peterborough, I mean, what you just said there, if you didn't bring in anybody like experienced or, vocal, a leader kind of player coming
Mhm.
in January, and you just said there, you could see some really getting sucked down into like relegation. I mean, that's a big turnaround of events that to see last few seasons knocking at the door of like promotion. Now you're going to be like looking behind your shoulder, thinking we could get sucked in here. I
Yeah.
mean, is that? Do you see all happening off the pitches in Ferguson, like saying, "I need to address this. I need to do that." Is it kind of fetching a different player in to try and alter it, or is he just like, "This is like what we've got in the squad. We've got to like really go have a line with it."
The thing is, our owner Darren McAnthony, what he's done for the club in what 15 years has been superb. Um, and the thing is with DMAC, Ferguson's the only manager that can work with him
Mm.
because Ferguson's been at this club what 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, yeah. It's
We've
come
been
back a couple of
successful, and
times.
we've been
Yeah.
successful every time. So there's not really another manager who can take this sort of players into
Mm.
this club and manage them because at the minute there's just no positivity coming from the side because I know we've got a young squad, but Ferguson cannot do a lot with these players at the minute.
Mhm.
Their confidence is low. Nothing's going through. We're not scoring enough goals as we should be. Yeah, it's just the downfall from us is just poor at the minute. And yeah, Ferguson in his interviews recently, because I just watched the one against Mansfield, he really sounded like he wants to give up, which I don't
Mm.
think any Peterborough fan would want that to happen,
Mm.
because there's no other manager who could probably do better with the squad.
It
Because
must be.
we had Grant McCann past few seasons, and he got sacked in League One because we were in a similar position. I think it was the season where we beat you lot in the final day to get to the playoffs. It was
Mm.
that season. He got sacked on New Year's Day, and we were in a similar position to what we are now.
Yeah.
So he's not going to sack him because he's the only manager who can work with him.
I mean, it's bad. I mean, again, I feel the frustrations a lot as well because I kind of see that as like at Barnsley as well because like when it won't going our way, especially at home for some reason, I'm thinking, do we need to change formation? As a fan, looking down, I mean, especially when you've got like Matt Roberts, who is out injured until probably end of January. You've got Josh Earl, another centre back. So I was looking at me. I did a video. I'm thinking, are we going to go for it back rather than free? Because we haven't got this way we can carry. Put a left back into central defender. No way, not in League One. You're going to get fan out. But Daryl Clark, obviously being Daryl Clark, he likes to change it if it's not going well. He'll go for it back. But he preferred is settled into his three central defenders. And I'm calling it out, thinking you're going to have to change it to try and break this winningless streak at home kind of thing. But no, he'll keep with it. Do you, as a fan, think right? You can see that some players are struggling, and like you said, Via Ferguson is like more or less doing an interview, and it's like we don't go from here. Do you think as a fan you need to change formation? Do you need to give someone a try and just try and break the mold, or are you going to have to stick with this formation, open you're going to get a win somewhere by hook or crook or a set piece or out like that?
I don't think changing a lot will really happen because that's the 4-2-3-1 situation we've been have all season. So
Mm.
I don't think that will change. Hmm.
Would you change, or have you got
I
players
I
to
personally wouldn't
change?
change
You
formation.
keep it as it is.
I'd keep it as it is because there's no other way. If we play a back three or 3-5-2 system, which we have done that sometimes this season, it's not worked because we're
Right.
playing our right winger at the minute, Keane Hayes. Sometimes he's played at wing back, which is not his position at all. And considering we've got Pocket out until March,
Mm.
it's a massive blow for the football club. He will definitely be gone. Not probably not in January, but in the summer.
Right.
But Keane Hayes has done amazingly well to step into his place, even though it's a massive loss. Um, Yeah, I can't really see anything changing on Sunday in terms of formation. I can probably
Mm.
see it in terms of changes because our centre back just got sent off yesterday for a last man. Um,
So that'll be, yeah.
what I think we could do is our club captain Kiprianu. He's played centre back for Cyprus, his national team.
Mm.
I feel like we could give him a chance there because realistically, it can't be any worse than what we've been seeing in the past few games all season. If you want to count that.
Mm.
So I do think it'll be a 4-2-3-1, but if I wouldn't mind it if we saw like a 4-2-2. I don't know. I
Mm.
honestly don't know, to be honest.
Yeah, well, going back to Barnsley, I mean, for me now, I mean, our eyebrows raised me at Bolton game when he dropped Humphries onto the bench and he put Max Watters on. I'm thinking, big callback, 'cause Humphries has been running about like an endless chicken and really putting an effort in. But obviously, it paid off. So I've seen so much in training. I know that after the defeat, 4-0 defeat against Orient on Saturday, just going with days like now, but it's Saturday. Anyway, yeah, I think it was Saturday, weekend defeat. Um, then he had them all in on the Sunday morning, clear the air talks, and that were on local radio, and he said it needs to happen because it were unacceptable. Fans leaving that, like I say, 51 minutes, and for people, not just a couple hundred, were like literally emptying ground. And it's the first time I've ever left a ground early me because it was such dire football. It wasn't even football at best. It looked like we just get up, and I'm thinking it's cold, it's miserable, it's damp. I'm like, I could be home here. And it's this time I turned out to my son, and my son like said, "Have a go in, Dad." I'm like, you know what? Yeah, and that's bad. So I know that local media they covered it and they said that he were in. And I think, well, all of them what's going to be going to Bolton on Boxing Day, there needs to be a big change. There needs to be a I were more looking, this sounds after I were more looking at the performance rather than the result. And when we conceded 1-0, to be fair, we're playing the better football. We're more at it. We're going for it. Second half, we started quick and look kind of like post. We're going close. I'm thinking something's got to happen. I just knew something had to give. And then when we got the equaliser, one apiece, and then the second goal. I mean, I've been Adam Phillips' biggest critic. Me, I've been saying he's 50% of players. He's wanted to move in January, and he'd been missing. Apparently injured, and got sent off. Needless is sent off as well. And I'm thinking his head's not in place. But I'll eat my words, and although I've called him out for it, I've got to give him player at match against Bolton. Harry war, especially in the second half, coming to his own player, the passes, the link up play, and he got the assist for Davis Keeler done. I'm thinking that's what's been missing. That's what we need to see more of. So I'm going into the Peterborough game and I'm thinking, would I keep the same starting 11 against Bolton? I think, yeah, you've got to do. You can't change it after that. Now, if it had been a couple of players and think, oh, no, but then we're kind of tied a bit like Peterborough, Jacob, is in, you can change formation, but you're going to be putting square pegs in round holes. And it's like, if you're not playing a preferred position, you might as well stop to what you've got or what you know. Even Daryl Clark's turned around and said he'd like to play with, change it in every couple of wingers. but he hasn't got that. He's got to improvise and play like Kieran Lofthouse or Push Barry Cotter, who are both left back, left wing backs, and he's putting him up in a winger position. It's not their preferred play. So I think come January, he's definitely needing another out and out striker, which everybody's like after one of them. But we need that because you need to knock on a bit, and if you don't, and you're just happy to sort out where you are, I think we could drop down into mid-table. So I think now's the time. I mean, people say, yeah, you're seventh in league, you're only a couple of points off teams above, but we've also played one, and in some cases, 2 games more than others. So when you take that into account, you look at teams behind you where you could drop down, and I think that's where you're coming from when you're on about Peterborough. If results don't go your way, especially in January, if you don't recruit right, you could go down a few spots. So yeah, I mean, Barnsley taking on. I'm going. I'm keeping same starting 11 for Barnsley. You've got to do. I'm going to go 2-1 Barnsley win away at Peterborough. But obviously, you'll be going to be wanting a win yourself, and you could this be like you're looking at Barnsley game. This needs to be right. We need to win this and move on from that. I mean, what's your take on game coming up,
Well, first
Jacob?
of all, there has to be a reaction from us. First half yesterday was absolutely abysmal,
Were you 3-0 down
and I
it
mean
for start?
abysmal. Huh?
Were you 3-0 down it for start as well?
2-0 down in front
Oh,
inside 10
2-0.
minutes,
Yeah.
and then 3-0 in 30 minutes. 2 goals for 3 headers from the corners,
Mm,
and 1 goal. One of our players miss kicks the ball. Our left back doesn't see the attacker coming, they just put it in the back of the net.
right.
It was absolutely shocking. The second half we only had about 2 shots. We didn't really look like going forward either. So, and I'll tell you my score prediction. I know you. If I want to say a Posh win, then I'd be laughing right now. But I'm honestly going to say 3-0 Barnsley. I'm not
Oh,
even kidding.
right.
You should see how bad we are at the minute. There's no positivity in the side. Their confidence is gone. I just cannot see us getting another win
Wow.
until we need to make signings. I'm sorry, Neil, but I can
Mm.
honestly see a lot better in us personally. If we play like we did against Mansfield, I can honestly see it.
Do you think Ferguson, obviously Barnes again coming up, do you think Ferguson, I mean, I don't want to say it, but you just said in an interview via, it looks frustrated. It looks like a man who's like really, I can't do no more. Do you think he will be still your manager? I hope he is. Do you think he'll still be a manager come
Yes,
January? So he's got chance.
100%.
Yeah,
Him and DMAC have already discussed January transfers, so there's
right,
not going to be any real sacking going on. Not a
right.
chance.
So you're not worried, right, right. So you're not worried as a fan, because sometimes, like, I think some fans can see it and will say, "Yeah, do you know what? If we're going down here, it needs to go and a change." But like what you said there,
Mm.
who's going to come in? Who's going to be able to work
There's
with?
no one really better to come in.
Mm,
Not at all.
right. So that, right. All being well, it's a good game. That's all I can say, mate. I hope it's not going to be a 2-1 sided game, as in. Because we've been there, done that. It's not nice. You want both teams to be having a go at it and at least competing, like what you've just said there,
100%.
similar
I
to
I
other
want
games.
us to have a reaction. I want
Yeah,
us to have a reaction. I just want us to go forward, to have chances, be positive because we didn't do any of that yesterday. None of it.
it's got.
I would
I
not
mean,
be surprised if you lot win comfortably. Would not be surprised.
I mean that's frustrating because it's like I'll take ours back to later on in the game, and when we were losing, it's like there's not even a reaction. I mean, Davis Keeler done when we went. I think we're 3-0 down at time, and we haven't really threatened them, and that was the most frustrating thing about it. And then we're
Mm.
3-0 down and like Dave Skiller done's won a free kick. Fair play, like kind of bolted it and blocked it. And Dave Skiller done's like give me the ball back and laughing and joking. I'm thinking, I'm not being funny enough, mate, but 70 odd minutes here, 75 minutes, we're 3-0 down. What fans are left here? I don't want you joking and laughing with opposition. I want you to like actually try and score a goal. You know,
That
all
sounds
this
like us in a minute.
you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm like, do you understand what it means to fans? What's paid? We want you to put a shift in. We want you to actually, put a performance in here, mate, and in it crossbar and make goalkeeper work. And
There is
then that
no
free kick,
there is no desire from us in a minute. No passion. There's no thought. There's no desire. There's nothing from us in a minute. So if you're saying you're free, wait, were you 3-0 down to Leighton Orient, wasn't it?
3-0 down, then we lost 4-0. I mean, majority of
That's,
fans, I mean, we've gone at
that is an
for
awful that is an awful result. But I
yeah,
wouldn't be surprised if Posh had that against them.
yeah. I was surprised. I mean, you just got going about there with goals you conceded. I was the same, and we literally, I'm sat behind goal at Pontefract Road, and Barnsley fans will know this. And their number 17, they scored from nobody picked him up. The zonal marking. They got another corner, Muller straight after, and as fans actually stood up and shouting, "Mark your man, back post again," and
2 corners from
he
our
scuffed it.
is the
Unbelievable.
corners. There's no marking at all. It's so poor. So poor. It's
And, la-
literally basics as well.
and last season it was completely different, though, mate.
So it's literally basics. You're League One footballers. I don't know how you can't not mark a man from a corner.
Yeah,
It's so simple.
yeah,
It's just for every club.
yeah. And that's the thing about it. It's the basics, and that's what we said after the game. I'm coming back with my son. And when we had Radio Sheffield on this, and Daryl Clark's like, "Oh yeah, they're all coming in. We're going to clear the air talks. We need to need to look at it and who's marking who's marking this." I'm like, I just turned around. I went, "But it's for basic stuff. What you doing on
Mm.
training? You've got to be practicing defending corners and free kicks and that on training. Why are you doing on training
I'd love to see what we do in training because I don't see how what we've been doing in training shows what we've been on the
on the
pitch.
pitch?"
I'd love to see us in training.
Yeah, I think a few fans would like to see the sides actually in training because I think we gave them a few choice words on what to be doing and I think that's what they need sometimes. Sometimes kick up arse and sell up. You need to
Mm.
be picking your man up. Don't give him cheap free kicks away or corners and when you look at some corners what we've been conceding, it's like why are you just putting it out like a communication again? But again, it's for basics. What are you doing in training? And like you say, you watch it online, you think, and I don't know about you, but sometimes we do a free kick, you think, yeah, but that's been worked on. You can actually see what they've worked
Mm.
on, you
Fro
know.
from corners, for example, we go short and sometimes we just go back to the keeper. It's absolutely shocking.
Yeah,
We've got sometimes on the pitch, we've got a centre back called Fernandez. He's about 6'9". He's sometimes in the box and we go back to the keeper. Why aren't we not getting on his head?
just a
He's
waste,
literally
isn't
the
it?
tallest man you could mark, and if you get on his head, he scores.
Mm.
It's literally not hard. But
That's the frustrating thing about it because it's like use you're not playing to your strengths, are you? You know what I mean? You're just
nope.
going back, you invite pressure on yourself. It's like 6'9", like you said there. Aim for him. It's gonna be awkward. You never know. It could bubble down, someone pick it up, but to go back, you invite pressure on yourself, and it's like, oh, what? Well, yeah. As a fan, it's frustrating, mate. Honest God, I
Very
feel your
frustrating.
pain. I feel your pain. Um, Jacob, as always, mate, it's been a pleasure talking to you,
Yeah,
and getting insight
indeed.
into Peterborough as well. Like I said, everybody what's been watching, Peterborough fans, Barnsley fans, let you know your thoughts and comments about the trials and tribulations at both Barnsley and Peterborough as well. I'm sure you can relate to a lot of frustrations. I'm going 2-1. Jacob said Barnsley going to win 3-0.
Honestly, I would not be surprised.
Wow.
I'm being really negative.
You've
What I've been
you
seeing out.
you've probably made a lot of Barnsley fans very happy on that one, mate. It's
You lot are a good team as well. When you get going, you're a really good side.
yeah,
You're a
it's
really good
it's just
side
being
because
consistent, yeah.
I do think you'll get playoffs. I do. You get playoffs every year.
Yeah,
Much every time you're in League One.
just need to like I say, I think January for both sides is gonna be very interesting to see what Binsford can do, and all being well, York can do some decent business and start moving up that league, as well, mate. 'Cause I always like challenges with Peterborough, and like I said, going through what you're going through at the minute, it's not great, and like you say, you want to be facing other direction rather than looking over your shoulder, so yeah,
Mm.
all being well you can. Um, yeah, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Check out Jacob as well. One thing left to say, you Reds.